Good morning, entrepreneurs. Today's lecture is tax audit number 2. The statistics of the tax audit. It's like I show you the very interesting statistics, like how often the tax auditor comes. This is data released by the national tax agencies and the number of the corporate tax audit in the years. In 2015, there are like 95,000 tax audit. In 2014, it's 91 per tax audit. 2013, it's 93 tax audit. So it's generally somewhere around 91 to 95 tax audit took place in Japan. January, I say like 3 to 4% of the total companies are getting a tax, are investigated in the years. So my next question is, how often the tax audit to taken place? It's kind of difficult to say how often, but in general, for the large corporation, the tax audit, tax auditors comes like once in 3 years, and for the small and medium-sized companies, the tax auditor comes like once in 5 to 10 years, but it's really depending on like what kind of the business you're doing and what kind of the industry you are. And my father is doing the business. He's selling the sewing machines, but in last 20 years there was no tax audit. But I will tell you features of the companies, tax auditors will investigate. The first type is earning the profit. So if your company is in loss positions, there will be no tax audit because tax auditor cannot collect the tax if your company is in loss positions. And second case is when your companies are receiving the consumption tax refund. For example, if you are exporting a business, or if you are subsidiary company of the foreign companies, and your sales are only money service fee from your parents company from overseas. Most of the time your companies are in the loss position. In that case, after you file the tax returns, tax office always call you and ask you the detail of your tax returns. It's not a tax audit, but if you can't answer for the questions, you can't get a tax refund. And third type is sales and profit are increasing. A lot of the management, they are still thinking to save tax when their sales and profit are going up. So tax office will think that those companies will sometimes try to save tax. And number 4 is too much expenses. If your company is booking too many entertainment expenses and huge losses, the tax auditor tax office will ask you the reason for the big expense. And this is interesting data from the national tax agencies. This is the top 5 industry where the tax fraud are detected during the tax audit. I say tax fraud, so that means it's not a mistake, it's not calculation errors. This is a case that the company is intentionally hiding their profit. Number 1 is 57% of the bar and nightclub, when their tax office come to the tax audit, 57% they find some like tax fraud. Maybe they're hiding the sales or like profit intentionally. And number 2 is the pachinko. Pachinko is kind of Japanese gamble. Like 29.6% of the pachinko companies the tax auditor find the fraud during the tax audit. And third one is hotel and ryokan. Ryokan is like kind of Japanese traditional hotel, and the fraud case rate are kind of high. It's 28%. And the fourth one is waste treatment the business, and fifth one is construction industry. So at the next lecture, I will talk about what kind of the item the tax auditor will investigate. So see you next time. I'm giving you the useful information about the business in Japan. If you don't want to miss it, please subscribe this channel. See you next time.